Hi, it's Wade Galt here, and I just did the first 11 minutes of this presentation with my mic on mute. So we're going to start all over here. If you're seeing this far in the video and it's not yet been edited, soon this part should be edited and you should just see the beginning of the presentation. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. We're going to try this again. All right, let's check everything. Got everything. All right. This week we're going to look at, excuse me. This week we're going to look at how, Today I want to talk to you about how you can create a career opportunity for a multi-line review expert that makes them excited to work with you, to work for you, and whether they want to become an agency owner themselves or not, that allows you to reward that person who can do the full multi-line review. The person who could look at the full insurance portfolio and look at the connection between the life insurance, the disability insurance, the annuity, the health insurance, the auto, the home, the liability umbrella, perhaps even the commercial and the farm and agricultural. And so what we want to be able to do is make it very clear to the people we work with that we have these huge opportunities. And in doing this, we want to make sure they understand the actual goal, the main goal that we're aiming for. So for a multi-line review expert, the main goal is usually to get about 20 to 30% of the time that they're writing a P&C policy to be multi-lining that. And so we want to make sure that they understand, first of all, the three primary roles in the agency. There are retention experts, which we covered a couple weeks ago. There are P&C growth experts, and there's multi-line review experts. And the multi-line review expert's job is to help the customer understand their entire insurance portfolio, the same way you might have an investment portfolio that involves some more conservative investments, some in-between investments, and some more risky investments, and you put those all together to hopefully hit your objectives. The same way you have an insurance portfolio. And even if you have some of the pieces missing, you still have that portfolio. It just might be that part of it's empty. So if you have no disability insurance coverage, your default is whatever the government provides. That's still something, but you might want a better piece in your insurance portfolio. So what I want to do is make sure, if I'm a multi-line review expert, that I'm helping a person understand all those pieces and see how they come together. And in this recruiting packet, I'm going to show them what all the opportunities are. Now, when I'm working with somebody, I want them to also see within my agency that there's multiple opportunities. So here what we're seeing is that the person could start out in the agency if they were new to the business, and they could first be a retention expert. And we would teach them how to keep customers happy, how to renew policies, and we'd also have some performance targets to check and see how they're doing and let them know that when they consistently perform at a high level of production, in this case, doing their 200 retention calls and a good retention rate of 88% or a lapse rate of 12%, and they're getting their documents from the customers and they're setting appointments that show, if they do that consistently at level 4, level 5, eventually I will agree to then train them to be an auto fire growth expert. And as they do that position, as they get better at it and consistently do a certain number of quotes and a certain number of sales, eventually I'd be willing to train them the multi-line review expert opportunity. And so I'm going to make sure they understand that you don't just go to each position based on your time with the agency, you do it based off of ability. And so if you do those things, we can help you do that. And then separately, what I also want them to understand is if they want to be, let's see, say an insurance agency owner, that in my agency at least, there's still a 3-year path. In the first year, I'm going to teach you over the first 6 months at least how to be a retention expert, how to take care of your customers, how to keep business renewing. That's the huge part of your business. Income-wise, it's the most important part. Then over, let's say, the next 6 months, if you're performing at a really high level, I'll teach you how to acquire and sell solid, good quality P&C business. And then usually I'll be personalized in that first year. Second year, I'll either go more into commercial and or farm and agricultural, if that's a product for you, and or we'll start going into life, health, disability, annuity. And in the second year, I'm going to look to help them master that multi-line expert opportunity. And then in their third year, if they want to be an agency owner, I'm going to help them understand how to recruit, hire, onboard, train, and or when necessary, fire these 3 positions so that they're ready to grow a business of their own. They're not just hoping they understand this, they're fully understanding the model and then they're in a position to best help people who want to do this. Now, when I'm compensating a multi-line expert, a lot of the things are the same as the other positions. Like everybody else, I'm going to pay them a little bit, 1% to 2% on the auto and the fire when they write or issue those policies, depending on how I set it up. And then I'm going to have some target bonuses, and these are unique to the multi-line expert, where if they hit more auto or more fire, and this could be policies or premium, when they hit more life or more health, or other products that are related to you performing higher in your company bonuses, then I'm going to give them a higher percentage on all the auto and all the fire that they write. If I have bank products or other products, I'll make sure that I'm allowed to, whether it's annuities, some of them you're allowed to do by law, some of them you can't. If they're doing a certain number of client reviews with our clients, making sure that their coverage is good, I'm going to reward them more and give them higher percentages. So as it says towards the bottom, and you can get the printout of this if you like the document for this, this shows what it looks like when they're performing at different levels, that they could earn up to 5% on their auto in this example, and up to 5% on their fire policies, their home, condos, renters, liability umbrellas, personal articles policies, and so on. The second part of the opportunity, again, some of these pieces are similar to the other team members. At the very top, we have the lapse rate bonuses, just like the retention expert and the auto fire growth expert has. The same targets, just a slightly lower bonus amount. Towards the bottom half of the page, we have the team target bonuses that all three positions have, or at least all positions can have if you want to. On the middle right, we have the net policy growth bonus every month that everybody's participating in when the agency is growing. But then on the left, the multi-target bonus is slightly different for this person. Their target's based off of auto and fire policy sold, life, health, and bank or whatever other non-demand products you're selling sold, and lapse rate. And so at this level 1, if a person was able to do 30 auto and fire and 3 life, health, bank combined, and when the lapse rate for the agency was 20% or lower, that means the retention rate was 80% or higher, every month the person did this, at least on this plan, they'd earn a half day of paid vacation, and they could earn up to 6 days of paid vacation throughout the year. At the top level, level 5, if they did, at least on this plan, 50 auto and fire, plus 1.5 life, health, bank, or non-demand products, and a lapse rate of 12% or less, they'd earn 4 days of paid vacation every month they did that, up to 48 days for the year. Now, some agents, instead of having this go from 6 to 48, will have this go 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So they give less days. Some do even less than that. Everybody's got their opinion. At the end of the day, if this is the production that would help me get towards or at my top of bonuses, I want to make sure I'm rewarding somebody in a way that they know there's a lot of money on the table if they can do that for me. And then the last part of the compensation piece, as with the other team members, if you're issuing life or health policies or bank products, if you have those, there's bonuses for that. And towards the bottom, we have some bonuses for annual production that they could earn if they hit high levels of production there. And that would be paid at the end of the year based on, again, either premium or however I wanted to set that up if I wanted to do that differently. And then, so from there, what we want to do is then show the person what that opportunity looks like. And this graph allows them to see some what-if scenarios. And this is just their bonuses. Now, these numbers, if this were your agency, we would base them off of your average premiums. These are some dummy premiums here. But if this person did 18 auto, 12 fire, 1 life, 1 health, and 1 bank product based on these average premiums that we have, they would be making anywhere from $7,200 a bonus at level 1 throughout the total of the year, about $580 a month. And then when annual bonuses are added in, $7,200. And at the top level, they could be earning as much as $35,000. So we're making sure we show an opportunity that's big enough to get their attention and showing them what could happen. They could be at different levels, but this lets them see what's possible. And then we also want to make sure that they're seeing the requirement side of this, not just, well, here's the happy side about, well, if you hit your targets, here's how much money you make. Here's the requirements. Here's what I need from you. In order to be a multi-line expert, you need to do a certain number of life, health, bank quotes every week. You need to do a certain number of multi-line review appointments. And most importantly, at the bottom, you need to make a certain number of life, health, and in this case, bank or annuity or whatever it is, sales. And so with each of these criteria, these are my 3 main criteria for this position. You could change these. But with each of them, at the top 3 levels, outstanding, good, and acceptable, all bonuses are paid and everything's fine. And then I'm going to define what's unacceptable, where maybe we have to have a job review. And then what's really just complete failure, where maybe we're looking at whether or not only is there a job review, but there's no bonuses, and we have to really see if you're in the right place. If a person was growing into the role, I might not hold them accountable to those standards right away. I might let them grow into them, but I'd still have a timeline of milestones of things they have to achieve of a certain number of, this case, life health bank quotes, multi-line review appointments, life health bank sales. So again, they're moving in the direction of where I need them to be. I'd also have a training framework that I'd share them and say, here's how we're going to develop you to make sure you understand how to do these things. And then eventually, in order to be in this position, these are the things you're going to learn, and these are the things you're going to know how to do if you're one of these people. And so over time, you could get really skilled at this, but have the opportunity to know that once you learn all these things, you are then ready to move on to that next position. And then the final piece, which is something that can be done in a few different ways, is where you start getting clear about how you're going to pay them if they're a new person. Now, if they're an existing person in the field, if they're a veteran, they might already have a certain base salary that you're willing to pay because you know they're already worth that. They're already trained. If they're newer to the field, you might say, look, I'm going to have you make a certain amount per hour. And in this case, in this example, in the first 3 months, this person makes $16 per hour. And if you just stay with that first column there, in months 4 to 6, if they're still going and they meet all their milestones, they're making $17 an hour. Months 7 through 12, they're making $18 an hour. So it's not that I'm not willing to pay a certain amount, but what I'm demonstrating is, look, until you're learning certain things and until there's certain criteria met, you're not worth as much. And what I'm going to do is, as you grow, I'm going to pay you more. So it's really not even technically based on that we hit month 4. It's just that you hit the milestones that get you there. And then from there, we can have not only your hourly income increase, we could have your paid time off increase. There could be insurance benefits that I pay more as you've been on with me longer, health insurance, disability insurance, life insurance, and so on. And then also I could have either retirement contributions or even a budget for stuff you're learning as we're growing and as you're getting better at the position. And again, overall, I want to make sure you see the overall opportunity and you see that there's possibility for you, that if you're growing, that there's a great place for you in the agency, whether you want to be an agency owner of your own eventually, or whether you want to simply grow with me. So I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions on this opportunity, please let me know. As always, my focus is to help you understand how to compensate, attract, and retain the best team members for your agency so you can focus on doing what you do best and have your team members help you by doing the things that are important, but not your absolute highest impact, highest income work. If you have any questions on this, or if you'd like to set a time to talk about your agency, please let me know. As always, look forward to helping you impact more people and make more money in less time doing what you do best so you can fully enjoy your family, your friends, your freedom, and your life. Thanks so much for listening.